The opinions shared on the following podcast are the host's own. They may not reflect the feelings or stance of their employers, past, present, nor future. And now, please enjoy our podcast.
You are listening to the Geeks and Gripes Podcast with Dex, Rich, and Mike. And now, let's get our show started.
Hello everyone, hello world, just because I'm a programmer. This is the sixth episode. We had a lot of different topics that we wanted to bring originally. We will probably postpone that, and we're just going to call this episode Dun 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 Zombie Apocalypse.
Also known as Get Your Limes, people! Get your limes now!
So for our 6 episodes, I think everybody's talking about it, and we sincerely apologize if we're just, talking about the same thing you're probably tired of hearing over the news, over social media, over everywhere else. But we're going to talk about this COVID-19 thing, and especially from a nerd's point of view, we tend to not care about what's going on around us for obvious reasons, but this is somewhat affecting us anyway. So we're going to bring this up.
There's been enough cancellations, in a lot of different things that even geeks are affected at this point. So it's a topic we have to bring out.
So before we... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And just on our first tangent, can we just say that 2020 is like the worst year ever? It sucks. It's like there's not one good news. Like everything sucks about this year. Like Australia's on fire. The world is ending.
You want to know the real scary part? You want to know the real scary part? The real sad part is it's only March.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The whole year is already screwed. Like, everything is canceled. We have no NBA. Like, I am just really waiting for Animal Crossing. Maybe I'll enjoy myself playing that and, ignoring the world for a bit. Okay, you can continue, Mike.
So let's just get the facts out. As of today we're recording March 13. Yes, it's Friday the 13th. What luck.
Just remember, if you are two teenagers that are looking to get freaky in some random faraway cabin or woods, don't. Just don't. Trust me, that's how they get you. That's how Jason is there.
No, Jason. COVID is gonna get you. You're gonna get COVID from whoever you're taking to the woods.
Think of it this way. Maybe it's gotten so bad that even Jason Voorhees is like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna stay in. I'm self-quarantining today. You guys can go do whatever. Just go infect yourselves. I don't care.
He doesn't carry a knife anymore. He cuffs on his hand and rubs your face. That's it. That's a movie. This is so bad. Like, the jokes are going to get about this for the rest of my lifetime. This is the worst year ever. I swear.
Yep. So by the numbers, the United States has 1,629 confirmed or whatever they call that number cases. Somehow, 4 states have not reported COVID. Guess which they are. Take a guess. 4 states.
I'm guessing it's somewhere in the U.S. where not even Bigfoot goes to.
Alaska.
That's one. Yes.
Hawaii.
Maine.
Hawaii's not it. Maine's not it.
Ooh, really? Not Hawaii or Maine, huh?
The Dakotas. Nobody goes to the Dakotas, do they?
Dakotas have cases. Yes.
Wow. Montana.
Damn, now
close, but no.
I'm going.
Well,
I'm going up there.
I did see a photo recently from Las Vegas where there was an advertisement saying that our strippers are corona free. So maybe Las Vegas?
No, it's not Las Vegas.
Ah, darn.
Well, Las Vegas wouldn't be. It would be Nevada. I mean, I think Nevada will have cases.
No, the state of Nevada has cases too. We have 3 states left. I'll give you one guess each, and I'll just throw out which ones they are.
Montana?
Kansas. I already said Montana.
Oh, you did? Oh, damn it.
You get another chance because Montana's a repeat, and Kansas has reported.
Damn it. Who
Idaho?
goes with COVID to like Tornado Alley? Come on.
Idaho is one of the others. Yes.
Woo! Yay!
Wow. Good guess.
I mean, what else is in Idaho besides potatoes?
Potatoes,
No disrespect to any listeners from Idaho. I personally love potatoes in every form, but let's be honest. What else is in Idaho?
Okay. Think now that you got Idaho, I'll give you one more chance each and think something like Idaho. Not in the same area though.
Darn.
Iowa?
Not Iowa. One last one.
I'm gonna tap out.
So the two states that have not gotten any case are Alabama.
Alabama?
Really?
Yes, Alabama has
Wow,
not,
I would have never guessed that one.
at least by the CDC. And the other one, which baffles me because it's surrounded by red and browns, and the browner you are, the worse that you are in numbers. West Virginia.
West Virginia. No,
Mountain
no.
Mama.
Maybe after the failure of Fallout 76, it kind of like gave like a freebie to West Virginia for using that song, so that they can't
it
be
was
like
out of
part of
respect.
anything bad.
Like, we all played Fallout. It was awful, but zombie apocalypse. Like, let's just not start it in West Virginia. It doesn't bode well.
So now knowing the four states, here's the deal. I'm sure everybody's aware. Again, the news has really not left us in peace. Of course, bad news equals ratings, so they're just living in the money here. We're seeing so many cancellations. Let's see if we can somewhat remember all of them. The
E3.
E3 has been canceled. The Pokemon Community or Safari Zone was canceled. The Community Day.
Really? They have not heard about that. That's sad.
The St. Louis Community Day was canceled.
I know that Fantasy Flight Games has canceled like a bunch of like tournaments, like big ones, from one of the big conventions up north. Because I know they canceled like everything tournament wise. Even the conventions canceled. So it's like, okay, cool.
The NBA.
Every sport. Yeah, every sport. Let's just say like NBA, XFL, MLB, NHL. Everything is off.
Heck, even back home in Puerto Rico, the basketball league, I think,
Really?
stopped.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's what my dad said, that they're waiting to see if they're gonna continue it or if they're just gonna like give the money back to all the like pass holders and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the MLB has not officially canceled the season, but they have delayed its starts and they canceled all spring training, from what I've heard.
Believe it or not, golf.
Golf is canceled. Yes.
No,
My boss was
it's-
going to a golf tournament and it was canceled.
It's not technically canceled. I think they're playing the events, but without any people there, like without any fans, just the players.
Not
The
much
players and the
different
camera crew,
in
that's it.
interactions with the crowd anyway. So
Yeah. Let's talk about his putt. He is going to stroke, and there's a stroke.
I've always said it. They should put the Spanish soccer announcers for golf. It would be amazing. It's like
I once got that for my TomTom back in the day.
Yeah.
Before cell phones had GPS. I had a soccer announcer for my TomTom, and he would go like, "You turn left, and then turn right, and you're almost there. Goal!" It was awesome.
Well, could you imagine that for golf? It's like, okay, he's stepping up. He is putting. It's going. It's a
Hey, first edit job. Okay.
That's how many people do actually listen in Spanish. So
You never-
I think we'll be safe, but you never know.
We have to be inclusive. So the sports are being canceled now. This is somewhat of a sports that has still refused to cancel their next event. That would be the WWE. They have not canceled WrestleMania, but
Yet.
if you go to Fox right now, it's a Friday, they are actually just showing reruns, and they're recording whatever's live in the Performance Center. And they will do the same thing for Raw. AEW has moved some of its events also to smaller venues. And what they're doing with WrestleMania currently is they're playing the hot potato, basically saying, "Nope, you cancel. Nope, you cancel. No, you cancel." So they're playing that hot
It's
potato.
crazy because we are not, like, I live in Florida, so we don't have that many cases that are like reported. Maybe it's because people don't go get checked, but that's beside the points. So WrestleMania is just gonna influx, like it's gonna infect whatever we don't have infected. It's gonna be like a mess.
Okay, you want to know how bad it is? Like, I'm gonna give you the real scary part in Florida. In Florida, everybody was laughing. It's like, haha, that's not gonna get us. And then Disney said, actually, we're gonna close. And when Disney closes for 2 weeks, that's when everybody's like, oh, this is actually scary. Then this is scary.
Yep, it got real when Disney closed, Universal closed. Yeah, they are losing millions per day, like
Yeah,
hundreds of millions. It's
but
insane.
the good thing is that at least they're paying their employees like the full weeks, like the whole 40 hours or whatever it is. So kudos to them, to be honest.
Yep.
Well,
That's
if it's
good.
2 weeks, it's 80 hours. So
So what do you guys think? That they are just afraid of the liability if somebody gets infected within the park and like sues them or something? Or do
No,
you think that they're out of the kindness of their heart, they don't want to like promote the infections?
I think it's they look bad staying open, especially if they become like a center for like contagion. Not so, I don't think it's so much
Yeah.
about the suing. I think it's more like, oh, okay, so if we stay open, like we could be at the center of an epidemic, and we
So
could
it's a
be
PR thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just seeing what's their angle. It's like Disney. Disney, I don't know. It's intrinsically evil. So I don't know.
well, let's find out. Oh, what do you guys want to know?
Oh, dude, I can already hear the Disney lawyers coming in. Oh no. Do you hear the helicopters? The helicopters have Mickey ears on them. Don't ask why. They just do.
Remember, all we have to do is.
Do you think that
provide
South
comment.
Park got the license for Mickey? Like, South Park had a couple of episodes with every Avenger, every Disney character. Like, I was
Oh,
really surprised.
Oh, that just falls under the parody laws.
Yeah.
The parody laws give you leeway to actually make fun, critique, or analyze basically like anything that's trademarked, as long as you're not like just outright copying it. Like you can literally
They had Mickey smoking pot. Like, they went all the way down. Like,
So
that rabbit hole went all the way down as far as it could go.
So remember what Family Guy once said when they parodied Mickey killing somebody else. Under parody law, as long as you provide some form of commentary, you can get unlicensed use of somebody else's intellectual property.
That's crazy.
But
But anyway, enough digression.
So let me be straight about this. All of you s***ers, I'm only doing this for PR reasons. If it weren't for me, you can all go to hell.
Gosh, Mickey, you said the F word.
I did not.
I'm fairly sure you did. Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, so to add commentary and keep abiding by parody law, we know Disney characters are doing this for PR reasons.
Yeah, I guess it's
But
PR.
again, I'll be honest. I'm still pleasantly surprised that they are doing the actual employees' rights. So
More PR.
again, but again, kudos for them. I know a lot of people still work for them, and it's good.
Their HR department has been doing like pretty good, like with the minimum salary increase, and now with this, they've been doing good. Like their HR is pulling their weight.
Okay, so let's go back on topic. So everybody board the tram. Y recuerden, mantenga sus manos y piernas dentro del coche mientras está en movimiento. And let's go back to the geek side of COVID-19.
Anata wa bakayaro desu. So I want to start with this because we were discussing this before the episode during planning, and this topic will have to make the podcast. And it's we know we go to the stores and everything's empty, but there's one particular item that for some reason is also going out of stock.
Dude, I am telling you, it's gonna get to a point where there's gonna be like drug dealers are gonna look at their supplies and it's like, coke, cocaine, please, I don't need that. They open up a garage and it's full of the magical item that has been wiped clean, pun intended,
Yes.
from store shelves. Toilet
So
paper.
I see it the other way around. I see drug deals going down where you give them one roll for one little sack of something.
For a little
Like you
sack?
want some pot, you get some like 2 rolls. You want some coke, you get like 3 rolls, stuff like that. You know?
It could be. I don't know. As supply dwindles, I'm fairly sure it's gonna be like one roll will get you almost like a kilo or something.
So
You're gonna buy gas with rolls of toilet paper.
I'm gonna bet.
insane.
I'm gonna bet that. Let me put it this way. We might talk about this in a couple of minutes, but the stock markets could be in a free fall. But Charmin probably is rolling in cash right now. Those little bears are wiping their butts with toilet paper made out of money right now.
It's crazy because Charming is the one that is selling the most.
Yeah.
Like Cotonel and all the other ones, they're like still there. But Charming is gone.
Where, dude? Like, I literally went to 3 places and there was nothing. Not even napkins. Like, people realized that, hey, maybe if I don't have toilet paper, I can use napkins. So not even napkins were there, dude.
Wow. Yeah, they were selling like bounties. They were selling all like the paper towels as well.
Yeah, I mean, you run out of one type of paper. Let's just scrape our butts with something that will probably leave us red and bleeding, but still works, I guess.
Oh god.
Or just wash.
Oh no, yeah.
So what's the did your like research point to?
So my wife was perplexed seeing so many people buy toilet paper in bulk, and then you go to Facebook and whatnot. You'll see people even fighting like morons for toilet paper.
Yep. I've seen the Royale fight there.
So apparently, her research has concluded that the fiasco of the toilet paper is because, oh my God, I'm going to be locked down in my house for 15 or plus days with a family of 3 or 4 or 5. We're gonna run out of paper to wipe our ass with.
But
Okay,
that's
like,
too obvious. There has to be something weird. Like somebody must have said, "Oh, the supply chains in China cannot produce any more toilet paper or something." Like it's just too obvious that they would think, "Oh yeah, what's important for your house? Water, Lysol, Purell, and toilet paper." Like I don't know. Like who was the first person to say, "Yeah, toilet paper has to be in that list"?
No, of course somebody.
come on.
Of course somebody started the trend, and then the problem here is that you have 2 groups of people. You have groups of people that panic and go into hysteria, and then you have the groups of people that actually need toilet paper. So when the panickers and hysterical people starts depleting that resource, now you're forcing the people that were not going to panic to panic, because everybody in the US needs toilet paper because we're stupid enough to not figure out that bidets actually clean the.
see, this just reminds me of Demolition Man. I don't know if anybody ever, like, any of you saw that movie.
Yes, I was thinking about that movie
It's
the other
like,
day.
Oh, he doesn't know how to use the 3 shells. Actually, nobody knows how to use the 3 shells. We have yet to get an explanation for that.
So people think that bidets are just for women. No, it's not. You can also use it for your behind, and it's actually proven to be more effective and leaves your butt cleaner of germs and crap, and literally crap.
But
better
but
than toilet paper.
let's be honest, bro. Like, in the U.S., how many houses actually have those? Still?
I've never seen one.
Exactly. Let's just be honest. It's not something that's a commonplace anymore in the average American.
And I
home.
have no idea how to use that. That's like 3 shells thing. Like I have no idea how I would start using that thing. It's so weird. I envision this horror scene where like crap starts flying into the walls. That's what I'm seeing. Like I don't know. Like I remember like my mom's house had one, and when you turn it on, it would spray to the ceiling.
Yeah.
It would be like just like this like super hose. And I imagine that going up and into the walls.
Yes. Well, it's something that we all would have to learn how to use, but it actually would be more effective than toilet paper. But here's the thing. I get why some people would be perplexed as seeing fecal matter flying and hitting walls, but I am a parent. I see that regularly anyway.
That's
But,
not fair.
Like again, like there has I don't know. I'm with you guys. There has to be like another reason other than actual just panic, because there's been videos of people grabbing like 5 or 6 like huge packages of it. Like
I
get
saw
it.
that live today. Like
Yeah,
I was at a CVS, and
Like,
there
you
were
have kids, I
people
get
with
it.
like boxes and boxes, and like I had no idea of what. I don't know. Maybe they use a roll per like day. Like I don't know. It's insane. Like yeah. I don't know. To me, it's bizarre that people use that much toilet paper and need that much toilet paper.
But
Like I've seen people fighting, like hardcore, hair pulling, slamming against like the aisles at like a Walmart. Like this is insanity. Like this is even worse than for hurricanes. This is like the panic that like there's nothing in like Sam's and Costco and Walmart and Target, like all the aisles of everything that would relate to the panic are gone.
including toilet paper that does not. But if this is something like some moronic idiot said that, oh, you can use toilet paper in spite of face mask, like you're an idiot.
Like I said,
Well, they're using
there has to be
bras.
some explanation.
They're using bras and like as face masks. That's insanity. There's actual pictures and videos of people with a bra on their face.
That's actually been hilarious, because there's also pictures of like women that have tried that, but they have slightly larger sizes than whatever the size of the women that are doing the videos showing this other use for a bra, and it ends up looking like a full on like almost like a hockey mask. It's so big.
It's crazy. Like and yeah, I don't know. Like originally, like I've been through like all 5 stages of grief with this thing. Like I started outraged, like what is everybody doing? I've gone through it. Like I'm at acceptance now. Like I already like did everything. I cried, I ignored it, and I'm just like, Italy, I respect you guys. I've seen the post from Italy. It has been sobering. I'll just like abide and not gather with other people and play video games in my house. Like, Mystery Dungeon is such a relaxing game. Animal Crossing, I am looking forward to it. I just
And
need
with
stuff like
that
that.
segue, let's move on to the main topic, so to speak, of the episode is, as geeks, even though sometimes we are okay with being inside and not interacting with society, it also becomes necessary to be entertained, or else we go stir crazy. So we came up with a couple of games, in our own opinions, for those that are stuck inside either through voluntary or involuntary quarantine and need something new to play, or something to play that will relax you a bit. So we're gonna give a couple of options, a couple of games that might help geeks get through this COVID crisis. Who wants to start?
You know what's weird? I had been trying to get out of my shell, go out more, and now they're forcing me to go back home and play video games all weekend. Like like that, they are forcing me back into my roots. Like I have been like going out a lot more, but now nope, it's video game time.
Well, technically nobody's forcing you. It's just, hey, if you want to go out there and possibly get infected and then be forced.
Die in a fire. Wow, black flames are gonna consume me if I go outside my house not to work.
That expression
It's insane.
That expression is trademarked.
It's crazy. Like and you know what's the worst part? That the more news I watch, the more anxiety I get.
Oh, that's your
So I
first
really-
mistake, man.
I really need some relaxing games. Like, no shooters, nothing that will increase stress because I'm gonna die of a heart attack. So I just need peaceful music, repetitive, calming steps, and colorful stuff. That's all I need.
Well, you are in luck, good sir. I just so happen to have a game that falls under all of those categories that you just mentioned, and it's readily available literally in every single format. And that game would be Stardew Valley.
Okay, so I've never played it. So, I what makes it like it doesn't look great. Like, why would I play that over like, Rune Factory or any of the other things that kind of look like it? Like, I played Terraria, I guess, but
well, Terraria is a whole other monster. Let's just start with that. Rune Factory is more. Yes, you have the farming element, but Rune Factory focuses more on the monster element. Stardew Valley focuses on everything, basically. It literally, they took everything good from Harvest Moon, from Rune Factory, from all these games, and then just packed it all there. Like, it gives you options. Like, you're not just like stuck on a particular track when it comes to like what you have to do mission wise. No, you know, you can do whatever you want. You do have some goals, but you can actually be either good or technically evil, because you have two options. You can either help the town and help them rebuild the community center, which is kind of the sort of the missions that you would get to revitalize the town, and as you do that, you get other stuff. Or you can just decide to become a member of Jojo Mart, which is like this huge mega company that's slowly taking over everything, and they want to demolish the community center to build their new warehouse. So if you become a member of Jojo Mart, it literally makes the mayor go like, well, you know, everybody wants this, so he tears it down and they build the warehouse, and you can still get the same upgrades. You just go kind of like through the corporate, I'm gonna pay money for this instead of, you know, be one with nature kind of thing. You have multiple different dungeons as well. Like as you get like stronger.
There's fighting in Stardew Valley?
Yeah. There's two
wow.
caves. There's two caves basically. There's one cave where, you know, there's a set number of levels, and once you get to the bottom level, you get like a special item. And it's not easy to get to the bottom of the first cave, and then once you open up a certain part of the game where you help you get to know certain characters enough that you help one particular character get their job back, you open up a new section of the map, and you get to the endless version of the cave, which, you know, it is even harder, but it gives you more items, more possibilities, more enemies, and you can do all that.
Gear. So you have equipment.
Oh yeah, you can make equipment, you can get equipment. There's secret equipment too, believe it or not. Equipment that you have to like find clues as to how to get. And even if you don't want to do any of that, you can just farm, build relationships, get married, have children. So you can do one, the other, or everything.
That's pretty cool. I would play it if Animal Crossing was not coming out in 7 days.
Well, the music,
I'm totally waiting for Animal Crossing.
The music is relaxing. The visuals are fun, colorful. They're appealing. Even like by pixel graphics, they're really good. There's a lot of different characters, a lot of different Easter eggs and little things. So honestly, if you want a relaxing game, that's my recommendation. I'm guessing your recommendation is gonna be Animal Crossing, since you're really waiting for it.
So I'm really excited about Animal Crossing, and I didn't think it would be, but I have a friend that like has convinced me that this is the way. So I'm like, I already reserved it. I'm waiting. It's already pre-downloaded into my Switch. But in the meantime, I have been playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and it's been pretty fun. It's really relaxing because it's really like.
Now here's my question: Is that a new game, or is it a remake of the original?
It's a new game. Like, the graphics are totally new.
Can't be
let me rephrase that. I didn't play enough of the original to know if it's a one-for-one remake. but it has all the like a lot of the newer stuff as well. So I think it's a brand new game.
It cannot be a remake. Like the original Mystery Dungeon was like the first generation.
Really?
That's what I'm saying.
I could have sworn I read somewhere that it was a remake.
Could be a remake of a later version then, but not the first one.
Yeah, it has some of like the fairly newer Pokemons to choose from, and it's literally you are a human, you wake up, turn into the Pokemon you choose. It's like mostly all of the starters, and you have a partner that you go and quest and save other Pokemons. You just basically just have to go into randomized dungeons and find whoever is lost or whatever they lost in whatever floor, and then take it back to like the Pelipper post office, and you get like money and rank up and whatever, and you find items and you equip it. But it's like literally just running around. The game stops if you don't move, so it's every time you move, everything else moves. So it's a really peaceful game. You could take breaks if you need it. Like, there's no rush. And it's fairly simple. So I'm just relaxing with this thing.
So I asked our Lord and Savior, Google. And yeah, it is a remake, but of the DS game. It's a remake of one of the DX games. But it's not like a remake of one of the older ones.
It looks adorable. Like the graphics,
it looks nice.
The way I don't know if the original had this type of graphics, but the graphics are amazing. Like, it's just cute. It's like a very cute, relaxing game. Very relaxing music. Very relaxing, colorful graphics. Not very. It has conflict, but it's not really that like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. So it's pretty fun. I find it really, really relaxing until Animal Crossing comes out.
Okay, well, we've given our opinions. Mike, you got anything?
I'm trying to think, because I honestly never play the concept of relaxing games, because for some reason, if I play something that's too relaxing, I would literally fall asleep, even if it's entertaining. Same thing happens with books. Like, I could be reading something extremely engaging and interesting, and I would still fall asleep. I'm gonna unfortunately have to recommend not late stages but early stages Lolo. That music.
Ooh. Lolo. Wait, Lolo?
Early stages. Early stages Lolo, not the latter stages. Like, once you get to like the first 20 rooms, turn the game off, because it'll turn into the opposite.
Okay, so going by that standard, I'm gonna recommend having nails driven underneath yours. And maybe like underneath your tongue as well, because that sounds just about as relaxing as Lolo later on.
Lolo, of everything you could have chosen, I could have sworn you were just gonna go like just breed Pokemons and like
that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now. It's like I am literally turning the game on and either rolling dens, which is change the date forward and then do it again and then do it again, or just circling my joystick to see if I can finally get a stupid shiny Pokemon.
So, what year is your Switch on? Because your Switch is like traveling into the future at this point, right?
I haven't done too much, so it's still in 2021.
In the year 3000.
No, man, if you have to get that far, it's like it's not worth it. You just re-roll your den and start over.
Okay, well, you know, since you mentioned Lolo, let's go on to games that you could use to relieve stress, to release some stress, but, you know, not exactly relaxing, just games that get you, like, give you that adrenaline rush that makes you, like, at least relax a bit. So for that, I'm definitely going to go with Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Yeah, dude. Like,
I tried Monster Hunter, but it was okay. I don't know. Like, Monster Hunter, I find, like, I don't have enough freedom. Like, I would like, I don't know if you ever played, I think it was in the PSP. There was a Ragnarok game that was like Monster Hunter, but a lot, like, fast-paced. And that was amazing. Like, I remember I bought it, like, multiple times. They had, like an alpha version or whatever, same game, more stages or whatever. And I bought it again and I finished it again. It was amazing.
Like Monster Hunter gives you a ton of freedom, a ton of choices. You do have obviously some story missions, but once you finish the main story, you have a ton to do in the end game.
I just feel it's clunky. It's clunky. Like if you can ever play the Ragnarok games from the PS Vita generation, you should just try it. It's like a much better Monster Hunter, and once you go there, everything else kind of looks kind of dull. Like I remember it was Ragnarok and Soul Sacrifice. They were so good.
I don't know, dude. I've played a few Monster Hunters, and some of the older ones, the ones for like PSP, and like those were intense. Monster Hunter World is more. I'll be honest. Monster Hunter World is more to like bring more mainstream players in, but it's still got a ton of content, especially once you start getting into like the newer monsters and Iceborne and the monkey, the Super Saiyan monkey. Oh god, no. So for anyone who doesn't know, the Super Saiyan monkey is Rajang. It is a Super Saiyan monkey. There's no other way of saying it. It is one of the most aggressive monsters in the game, in any game. Like every time there's a Rajang, it's gonna just straight up attack you or attack anything near it because reasons. Why not? And once it goes berserk, it goes blonde, and it literally goes Super Saiyan. Nobody who's seen it can say otherwise.
My friends were telling me that the Behemoth was pretty interesting to fight.
Well, Behemoth once you learn how to do it, like I heard in normal mode, I heard it was pretty cool. But once you get into like Arc Tempered Behemoth, you're just a sucker for punishment. You may as well just go play Lolo.
So you know what's a really good like relaxing game? Like I cannot play it for long like time frames, but like if you want to play like 2-3 hours of just like randomness, I like Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a very colorful, like free, do whatever you want, dance in your ship while you travel the world with your friends kind of game. Like I've had really good experiences in the game. They have introduced a lot of stuff. You know, now you can fish, and there's like more monsters and like ghost ships and whatnot. So it's a really relaxing game. I always go back to it. The other game that I go back like every year religiously is 7 Days to Die. I love that game for some reason. Like I've played it for like the last 4 years, and I play it like 3 months. I drop it. I come back next year. I play it 3 months again. But it's just like an awesome game. We have like me and my friends have built like full blown like castles in that game, and we're in like day 200 and stuff like that. So it's one of those games that you just play and there's nothing happening. There's no music. Every 7 days you get like a horde, then you relax. Yeah.
You said horde, right? With a D.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, horde.
That would be another kind of game that we cannot mention here because we're family friendly.
Not really
also
friendly. We're just looking for
sponsors. Sponsor us, please. But there's another game that if you have a dark sense of humor, considering what we're going through right now, it could be fun in a morbid kind of way, and that would be Plague Inc.
I was actually playing that the other day.
Yeah, me too.
When I was in the first stages of acceptance of this virus, I was playing that game. Nowadays, I don't know if it will just contribute to the stress.
Oh no, I'm loving it. I'm literally I unlocked every single plague, and I'm trying to unlock all the little upgrades for them.
Yep.
Before I try to go into like the mega brutal category.
Yeah, I was in like the third category or whatever in that game. It was pretty fun. Like that after like I had played that before, and I played it at the beginning of like when COVID was starting. And something that I noticed that I had never noticed about that game is that the way and mind you, this game has been used by the CDC to kind of portray different scenarios of how like plagues go across the world, like expand and infect more people. But what the plague got really wrong is when there's mutations. Like when there's a mutation, it's just one virus, one entity, not like everybody gets the same mutation at once. And that's something that I had not noticed until now. That you start realizing that game, it's like what's happening in real life. Not freaking anybody out, by the way. But in the game, when you like make a mutation, everybody in the world gets it. And in reality, if one person gets a mutation, only that person gets it, and they would have to transmit the mutated virus.
Well, I think the whole mutation thing is more of like the virus suddenly has the potential to mutate. And
yeah, but it would be one person or in one region. It wouldn't be across the globe.
Well, no, like that, like you don't get it. Like it's that you give the virus the potential to mutate, which means that every single person who is infected with that virus has the potential to mutate. Yeah, it may start with one person, but it could like chain through. I guess that's how I view the whole mutation thing. Obviously, it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
That gives it a little bit like it.
Yeah, like obviously it's not realistic.
Cut them some slack.
Yeah, it's not realistic. Like, oh, I'm gonna mutate the total organ failure to start killing the entire population, and then suddenly everybody starts dying. But it's like, okay, if you mutate the total organ failure, like, okay, this person will die, and maybe like one person in each country dies of that, and it just starts like mutating, like a domino effect from there. That's always how I saw it.
And if we had any viewers, they have been gone. So yeah, we can go to a more like cheery topic. Go ahead.
Kind of important that to tell people is like we've had 5 episodes where we focus on games mostly, but we are nerds. We watch TV too.
And also the name of the channel is Geeks and Gripes, and this is definitely a gripe because it is messing with everybody.
So you're stuck in your home for 2 weeks and can't get out. What are you gonna do besides video games? What are you gonna do with the TV? What are you gonna watch?
Well, honestly, if you have Netflix, just queue up Castlevania. Like
Castlevania is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Series. I recommend it to everybody. Nobody pays attention to it because they say it's cartoons. Like, it's amazing. Watch it. I recommend it. Like, it's just like super fun. And it's short. Like, you should definitely be watching Castlevania.
I want to say something to those that are listeners, and maybe you, if you kind of ran into this podcast by accident, you're not really like the geek type, or you're still listening in. If you have that stigma that cartoons are for kids, go die in a fire.
You're just missing out on so much. Like even like we've touched on this on so many other episodes. Like just Star Wars. Like you lack so much information if you don't watch any of the animated series. Like Rebels and Clone Wars are just like pieces of art. They are canon. They are part of the Star Wars like mythos. You have to watch them. They are so good.
Also, a lot of cartoons that are for kids don't really go full kiddie mode. Like there's been cartoons back in the day where you get the jokes now that you're an adult. And we also have to go to our great allies to the east, Japan, to see all the amazing animated works that they've given us. Especially our great master Eiichiro Oda. May he live forever and One Piece continue forever, please. Thank you.
Okay. So this may shock you, but I have like One Piece art has actually grown on me.
What?
But now I'm just thinking, if I start watching this, can I ever finish it before I die? And that's what I've been thinking.
Yeah, sure. You should start right now.
That's kind of what we are hoping for.
It has like thousands of episodes, doesn't it?
Like 900 something right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, and I've watched almost all Supernatural. Like, I'm in like season 13 or 14 or whatever. But One Piece is intimidating.
See, the thing about One Piece is this is One Piece and Dragon Quest have one thing in common, and it's like they throw you off with their art. you're going to think like these child chibi looking like characters are just going to be child games, and then in Dragon Quest, for example, you're going to see somebody under a guillotine. Same thing goes for One Piece. This One Piece is the modern day perfect definition of tragic comedy. It has exactly those two genres down to the perfection. The original name for the series was Romance Dawn. This is literally the not the romantic definition nowadays you have of the word romance. This is what the original definition of romance was in literature.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, like how you said it, tragedy and comedy combined to a point where you're like, how could an anime make me cry? Famous last words of many viewers of many different animes.
Okay,
not
if
just One Piece.
anybody, yeah, like Fairy Tail is one of those that it just has gotten to me so many times. Like Fairy Tail to me is one of my favorite animes of all time, and I do have not done it justice. I haven't like caught up on all the episodes I can watch. But as far as I've seen, it's just amazing. It's like I would recommend it to everybody.
A small interlude from continuing on with One Piece. That's another thing we can recommend. If you're stuck at home for self-quarantine for 2 weeks, pick up a new anime series. There's plenty of them old, there's plenty of them new, and you will not regret it. And right now, it's not like the old days where we literally had to like hunt down and go yo ho to find like actual like series. Now you can just go to Crunchyroll or Netflix or anything and just find them. So
Netflix and Hulu have everything. Like,
Yeah,
you can watch like My Hero
waste
Academia and Hulu.
Well, Hulu actually got rid of One Piece, actually, so you might have to.
Really?
Yeah, they got rid of all the newer stuff. Unfortunately.
They still have My Hero Academia, I think, right?
But dude, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, you can still find it. Like I remember back in my our matey days where I would leave my vessel computer like on a long journey overnight to obtain the booty download the episodes that I needed. So just to catch up with One Piece. Like now it's like, oh, let me just go here. Oh, there it is. There's everything.
Stream it.
So like geeks today don't really have the excuse of like, oh, I'm not up to date with this. You should be.
Yeah.
You should definitely be.
So One Piece is a great series if you're gonna be stuck for 2 weeks, because you're probably you could literally spend your entire 24 hours on those 2 weeks and you probably won't catch up.
So 2 weeks. Let's say 18 out of the 24 hours spending watching them, you'll probably get through like 4 arcs maybe.
So is it 900 like anime episodes or 900 mangas?
No, chapters. Manga chapters.
Mangas, yeah. Chapters
Okay,
are...
so how many episodes, like anime episodes,
I think
are
they're,
there?
what, at 700?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
like
you're
700
kidding.
something.
That's
No,
insane.
Well, remember, they also have some filler arcs there that were not in the actual like manga.
Oh, okay. Even worse. I've always struggled with watching fillers or not watching fillers. Like I just don't know. Like there's actual there's been animes that they introduce characters in fillers, and you will never meet this character unless you actually watch the filler, and like fillers in the future are gonna have those characters.
Oh,
so
hey.
you either ignore all of them or you watch all of them.
Actually, by the way, it's actually 923 episodes.
Wow.
You know, like I just made the math. Like Supernatural, and it's 14 or 15 seasons. It's like 560 half hours. So One Piece is almost double that. Like
Yeah.
this is like years of like stuff to watch.
See, now the thing about One Piece, though, and this is for people that have not watched One Piece, I beg of you, don't get thrown off by the animation and the comedy. If I remember correctly, One Piece is still the only anime where I can attest that some of their villains, like I hate them and I wanted them dead, dismembered, disfigured, and then revive so they could be dead, remembered, dismembered, and disfigured again. Like, I've never hated villains.
Dragon Ball had a few of those. Like, Dragon Ball had a few of those.
I don't think I've hated a villain in Dragon Ball as much as I've hated a villain in One Piece.
No, yeah, there's been villains in One Piece where, like, yeah, no, there's no way, there's literally no way you could find any redeeming qualities to them. In Dragon Ball, there's been some that you can argue, or that even like the author has turned into like not villains anymore. You know, like Vegeta, Boo, well, Fat Boo in this case. Frieza.
Yeah, but come on, in like Dragon Ball, when they step on the head of, what was it, 16, Android 16, that was traumatizing. That was absurd. Like, I totally went along with that, right?
Yeah,
so,
no, yeah. But trust me, there's parts in One Piece that make that look like a happy memory.
Yeah, there's some villains in One Piece. I'm trying not to spoil at all, but I would compare them with the same level of evil that Kefka from Final Fantasy VI had. It's like they're people just plain evil, and they had the same powers as Kefka, they would have duplicated what Kefka would have been able to do. So they're that bad.
Kefka was pretty messed up.
And
Kefka would just like beam sections of the world out of existence because he was having fun.
Oh, and believe me, there are villains in One Piece that had they had the power to do it, they would. Like,
yeah, Kefka is up there. Like, not even Sephiroth. Like, nobody in any game ever. I think Kefka wins as the most cruel like villain ever created.
So that's the type of villain sometimes that you would see in One Piece, and you're like, I want this person just plain freaking dead. Like, I don't wish like they like insta kill him. I wish like they kill him the slowest possible way. Like get a glass and start poking half their eye out with that glass. Like that type of.
Okay, you're going a little bit dark here, man.
I know. No, it's true.
No,
like
he's not joking. There's been characters that literally make you go like, well, damn, I've never wished death upon somebody as bad as I do against this person. Huh. Well, look at that. I'm kind of darker than I thought.
Yeah, they're characters.
You know, and Mike, you know me for like a long time. Like, I've hated the art of One Piece for like forever.
Yeah,
forever. Like, One Piece has existed for like decades, and I've hated it for decades.
Yeah,
but recently I've actually bought statues. I have a statue of like Boa Hancock. And like, I have statues of One Piece.
Oh,
and
that
I'm like,
Boa is too convenient. Come on.
Well, I know, but still, like, I have like Violet dancing in like a flamenco dress. That was really nice. You know, like,
like, honestly, that's another thing. I mean, let's just call it how it is. Oda knows how to attract the gaze of any gender that's attracted to females. He just knows how to do it. So it's, you know, and you know, again, that's to be inclusive, because
we're inclusive.
Yeah, because there's plenty of women that also see some of the characters in One Piece and go like, damn.
And one
so
thing,
yeah, I've grown to like and enjoy the art more than I would have, and maybe it's because they've changed. They've done like time skips, and they look a little bit more mature. Maybe what I hated was that they looked too like chibi to be serious. But the older that Luffy has gone, the more I've liked him. The more mature the females in the series have gone, the better they look. Like, it looks a lot more serious now than, you know, like 10 years ago.
I mean, it has to have gone that way because Luffy originally had this childlike dream of, I'm going to be the Pirate King. Now, years and years later, he now sees how traumatizing and serious his wish is. And he has had to go through it. And the series has turned into that too. It's like,
So, you know, and this is a good question for you guys. Will I be like, how long does it take to transition from like chibi awfulness to awesome? Like, I don't wanna. I don't want the last 200 of the 900 episodes to be very very cool, and I'll die down in the next 100 and the first 150 because I couldn't like.
I'll be completely
tolerate it.
honest. Like certain arcs, once you get to certain arcs, yeah, it stops being like haha so funny and stops being like, oh, that's a lot of blood.
I think I think Arlon Park is like the first time you truly start. I think that's what, like the fourth arc or the third arc.
Let's see, Alvida, Soro,
Barati was cool, but I think Arlon Park is when they finally.
Yeah, honestly,
fourth arc?
Arlong Park is when it starts, when you start seeing like an actual established arc, and then it goes from there, and then you get into like Logetown, and then there's the Grand Line thing. Yeah, honestly, Arlong Park is where it starts to get like a little bit more. There's obviously, it's still goofy. There's still comedy, but you start seeing like real messed up backgrounds of characters.
I mean, I think Barati has one tragedy that you are like, holy crap, this guy is really deep, but it doesn't have the villains type of One Piece. I think Arlong is the very first true cruel villain that One Piece introduces.
Yeah, honestly,
we're going on a tangent on One Piece, so trying to reel it back in. Like, have you guys watched like Fairy Tail or My Hero Academia?
I'll be
because that's what I would recommend. Like both of them, I would recommend if you want to watch something new.
Like I've heard of both, I've seen bits and pieces of both, but they've actually not like grabbed my attention.
Yeah,
for some reason.
They haven't attracted me to watching them yet.
Okay, Fairy Tail. Watch Fairy Tail. Like like My Hero Academia is good, but it's not even 25% as good as Fairy Tail. Like if you want to quarantine yourself and watch something, watch Fairy Tail. It's amazing. Like I would hands down recommend. It's one of those animes that I've had tears in my eyes. I've laughed. I've like bonded with the characters. It's just like really like everybody has so many layers. Like, you know, there's like true friendships. There's like relationships between like males and females that are non-romantic but are like that strong, you know, like they're just that close, and it's something that is like amazing to watch, and I would recommend that if you want to watch something new.
Guys, I have some sad news. I got some breaking information right now. Looks like there's been another cancellation. We are receiving word from the village of Konoha that the tuning exams have been canceled
due to
coronavirus. Oh, wait, another one. It seems that the Cell games have also been canceled due to coronavirus. Cell himself has been reported to be under self-quarantine after having traveled abroad.
I thought Cell was in hell. Actually, that rhymes. Cell is in hell. Cool.
Hell in a Cell?
Oh.
Did you intend that pun?
Yeah. So, I mean, the other anime I guess I would recommend. Actually, this is a very good, but for some reason, the anime hasn't attracted me much like the manga. But the mainstream Attack on Titan. That
I started. It gets really weird. So I started it. It started really like fun, you know. Like I really like Mikasa and like, but then it started getting really weird. Like end of Evangelion weird. Like it's really psychological and weird. Like I don't know. Like I thought I would like it more than I actually did.
No, I'm sorry, man. Nothing can be as bad as End of Evangelion. No, sorry. That's no. Hell, most of Evangelion. No.
I mean, has anyone followed whatever happened to Rurouni Kenshin? It started a new arc.
Rurouni Kenshin.
I mean, but it started a new arc.
I hated it.
Well, you hate.
No, I'm sorry, bro. Like my experience with Rurouni Kenshin stops after the Shishio arc. That's it.
Well, everything else was filler after the Shishio arc.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know the only thing I like of Kenshin are like all the fights. Like I've seen the YouTube like compilations of all the fights, and they're amazing. But everything in between is crap.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was this like one of the first things I watched for that anime was like like him going into like his like killer mode, and his girlfriend start banging her head against the floor crying, and I said like, yeah, this is not for me. Nope, kill her now. and I have never watched it since, but I like the fights are amazing.
Oh yeah, the fight.
Like, I would watch
you just watched the whole series. You're done.
Yeah, I've seen like the compilation of all the fights in YouTube, and that's been good enough for me.
Honestly, if you have a little bit of time, a very good series that got many an old school geek and nerd into anime, Cowboy Bebop.
I would watch that. I've never watched that.
Dude,
I don't know why.
You need to. It is great.
My friends tell me that I should watch Trigun. If we're going like
oh yes, well, the thing with Trigun is the series, like the actual anime is good. It's really good, and you see a lot of the character. But they've stopped the anime way before the manga, so there's some characters that are really cool from the manga that we've never seen animated, which is it is a crime. Wow. But there is a lot of really good characters that even just watching the anime, you're like, okay, this is awesome.
Which series was the one that the author got like in trouble and jailed?
I that's the one I was going to, like Bastard. Like Bastard was amazing. Like the characters are like, the fights were like just crazy. Like they're memorable. Like years after I watched this, like I can remember like the spells they were casting, or like what they said before they did something crazy. But the author got like put in jail, and it just stopped. It has like, one season.
I guess
very short season at it.
I guess he turned into the title of his manga.
But the manga actually continued. Like I'm just talking about like the anime, it stopped. But eventually, I guess when he came out of jail, like he continued the manga. I've just never picked it up. But Bastard was really good, and it's really short because he went into prison.
That's the same kind of, well, not the same scare we have with One Piece's author, but One Piece's author is known to have health issues. And
well, he works himself half to death. Let's just be honest.
But apparently, he smokes like a chimney, and that never gets put out.
But thankfully, he has mentioned that he has the end of One Piece and the arcs already, like the plan, everything set out. He's entrusted that to his wife and his two basically assistants / like students to finish it if he ever dies.
We should take like one of the next episodes to do like a full blown like anime like episode. Like this has been fun. I just know we're kind of getting near the end of this thing, so I would like to kind of pick it back up. But I actually feel like more like I should start One Piece after this, and I would recommend like highly that you start like Fairy Tail. Just get through like the first 20 episodes. I mean, and I promise you're gonna be hooked.
Who's streaming Fairy Tail anyway? Which service is streaming it?
Fairy Tail, I think it's I don't know. It's either Hulu or Netflix. I can check, but I know my friend's wife used to watch it in one of them.
Okay, because if you guys are listening, Crunchyroll, Funimation, I don't have your streams, but I'm happy to get a sponsor from you guys. Wink, wink, wink.
That would be. It's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Come on.
Well, that was a free promotion. Just so you know, there's more to come if you could get some contributions.
In the words of every good drug dealer out there, the first one's free.
So, wink, wink. We can work out some sort of thing where we can watch some of your series and we'll talk about them too. And we will try to tell people to go watch them on your platform.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm making a deal here with apparently no one, but hopefully it'll be convert into someone. So... yeah, there's a lot of anime out there. There's a lot of series out there. Disney Plus had it all 30 plus seasons of The Simpsons. So if you haven't watched that, you get to go many times.
The Simpsons just went really off roads, like off the rails. Like I can't watch an episode nowadays.
Like there's still a lot of different things.
I mean, you're right. You've been doing it for what? How long has it been going now? 20, 30 years?
Yeah,
I don't know.
kind of. If anything, also
Generations.
you can
like
just
at least
go,
a generation.
You can just do like Mike did and just sit down and watch every single Star Wars movie in chronological order or in story order, however you prefer.
And I have the advantage that I could actually watch Clone Wars too. So
Isn't it amazing? Like, are you caught up? I'm missing just the last episode from last week.
I haven't had
But it's
time
so
because this whole Pokemon shiny thing is actually taking up a lot of time.
Yeah, you should watch it while you like circle the joystick running your bike.
I actually might just do it. Yeah, when I'm doing the exercise. Yeah. I still have.
Okay, Seven Deadly Sins. Seven Deadly Sins is a really good anime and it's in Netflix. Like I've watched all the episodes in Netflix and they're really good.
So that's our.
Not as good as Fairy Tail, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, but by the way, Mike, have you seen any of the new spoilers for One Piece for this chapter?
No, man. I start working 10 hours and I usually just find things out and out on the weekends. But you can go ahead. Like,
Do you want me to? I don't know, cause okay. So basically, the traitor is allegedly revealed.
the traitor. Oh, you mean the one that was
Yep.
like pretending to be good? Yeah.
Yep. Apparently, they're like we're done with the flashbacks.
Oh, finally.
We're apparently done with the flashbacks. We're back to what happened in that point, and we see who the traitor is. And I will be honest, Oda has done it again because I was really not expecting this person.
The spoilers already spoiled who the traitor is? That's awful.
Oh,
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I'm a hardcore fan and I need to have every single little bit of information.
By the way, people that are caught up, Shonen Jump free promo, by the way, has an app where they'll always have the last 3 mangas free, so you don't have to arg mateys anymore. Now I'm gonna have to find the spoilers to find out who that person is, because somebody is.
I'm telling you, I wasn't expecting.
Well,
I wasn't
technically,
expecting it.
now that we have to be like in home quarantines, we should be able to catch up on like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and also another manga that or anime that I always recommend, One Punch Man.
I need to watch that
No,
series. I need to watch that series. I'm sorry.
I love this series. I love the concepts of it. As a writer, I love how the characters are done. I love the stupidity. And honestly, the manga, it's one of the few mangas I still catch up with every single week.
It's like this anime. Like my friend was watching an anime that the guy would eat stuff. Like the whole thing, like there were fights, but it was to eat the best fish in the world. Or stuff like that.
Toriko is it?
Toriko, yes. Oh
Yeah.
my god, he used to talk about that. Like I'm like, why are you watching that? Like why?
Dude, there is an actual collaboration manga and episode between Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Toriko.
I know. Isn't it weird? Isn't
is
it weird that
ama-
I know that?
It is amazing.
Yeah, no. It's not my cup of tea.
Holy crap! Why would he betray them?
I know.
Come on,
right?
Okay, this is a perfect time to just cut it. Drop the episode. No more talking about One Piece. You're gonna spoil it for everybody.
I know, right? Okay, well, every geek out there, stay safe, stay clean.
Wash your hands.
Really, stay clean. Like, staying with, like, having good personal hygiene will definitely help you in this one.
Yep.
And if for any reason you follow any of our suggestions, let us know. Reach out to us, leave comments or something. And
Yeah, if you have any animes that you recommend us watch, like that we haven't mentioned, we welcome the comments.
Yeah.
we welcome all suggestions. And yeah, actually, the idea of doing like an anime themed episode, maybe we should do that one for the next one. Trust me, I have plenty of suggestions from
Decades.
and even animes that when I mention them, people look at me like, "You watched that?" I'm like, "Yes," and I loved it.
I get the same comments, but the animes that I would probably recommend should not be watched by children.
Oh no, same here, but still.
Golden Boy.
Something like
Priceless.
that, yeah.
Oh God, Golden Boy. Oh God, no.
So before we end the episode, just want to let everyone know that the manga is out, actually, completely.
Really?
Yes.
Damn it! I need to download that app.
No, it's not in the app yet. It's in the Argmady mode.
Yo ho, yo ho.
So everyone, thanks for watching. Like I said, stay safe, wash your hands. Pay attention to the news. Just don't dwell on it too much. Just take the facts with you and forget everything else. Yeah, like I've always said at the end of the episode, you can find us on social media. We will be known as Geeks and Gripes. All words, no abbreviation. We're not lazy. Except for Twitter, where you will have the @ Go ahead.
Well, we are kind of lazy for some things, but
Yeah, not spelling. Yeah, we are at Patreon as well as Geeks and Gripes. Hopefully you can find us there. Once one of my side coding projects is done, I will probably pitch in on the .com site. This is like this episode, every other hopefully should be in every major not social media podcasting network. So feel free to download the other episodes. And thank you for joining us. And again, stay safe, everyone, and try to finish One Piece before you die.
Laters, everyone. Stay safe.
See ya.
See you.
Stay safe.